A Jen Larrick production.
We're going to examine the American dream through letters because people send letters to close friends or family, which allows them to speak their true feelings, which in turn allows us to learn the truth behind the American dream. Our first letter was sent from Abigail Adams to John Adams.
I long to hear that you've declared an independency. And, by the way, in the new code of laws, which I suppose it will be necessary for you to make, I desire you would remember the ladies and be more generous and favorable to them than your ancestors. Do not put such unlimited power into the hands of the husbands. Remember, all men would be tyrants if they could. If particular care and attention is not paid to the ladies, we are determined to foment a rebellion and will not hold ourselves bound by any laws in which we have no voice or representation.
Abigail Adams is assessing that her female ancestors were oppressed by men, whereas she wants to have a better life. Most women at that time period are not concerned with equality, however, but they are more concerned with providing for the family. Abigail's ancestors had already achieved financial and social success, which opened the door for her to tackle the issue of women's rights. By inspecting this 1776 Remember the Lady's Letter, we get that Abigail's American dream is to make her life better than the lives of the previous women in her family by attaining more rights.
The next letter to analyze is a letter sent from my great-great-great-grandmother, Mary Baker Davis, to her brother, sisters, mother, and friends in 1838 after Mary Baker and her husband and 7 children had just entered Ohio on the final leg of their 500-mile wagon journey from Chester County in southeastern Pennsylvania to Richland County in north-central Ohio. The letter relayed the important details of their trip to Mary's family. First, Mary describes the houses out west. She says, they are built of log-roofed with clapboards and put on with way poles. And then later she details the foods they ate. She writes, we fed at 11 o'clock. The woman gave me a large dish full of apples for the children, and we bought eggs here for a $1 a dozen. Throughout the letter, Mary points out several times that she hasn't got much space, so she must include only the important things. The fact that she talks so much about food and the houses shows that these basic survival essentials were of the utmost concern for the Baker family. Chronologically, we travel to 1953 for our next letter. It is a letter sent from Ansel Adams to his son, Michael, just after Michael has joined the Air Force. Ansel writes to his son, when you go to Fresno on the 28th, you take on a whole new world of experience, and you carry a lot of the experience of your mother and father with you, which is there to help you if you need it. You are entering a bright new world of your own. This passage is helpful in forming our concept of the American dream, because it implies that the American dream is to take the experience of your mother and father and to build upon it to enter a bright new world of your own. This suggests a generational evolution of the American dream, where each new generation within a family achieves the American dream by developing a life better than those that came before. This family and generational concept to the American dream is solidified even further when we examine my 2010 letter to my grandmother and compare it with my ancestor, Mary Baker Davis's letter. In my letter, I expressed how I truly believe that my opportunities in life are endless, that the sky's the limit. When we compare this feeling with the Baker's need for food and shelter, we see how the American dream has developed in my family. It has gone from struggling to survive to striving to fulfill my potential. The progression over time of my family's American dream and the snapshot of the evolution of both the Adams family's American dream reveal the American dream as a generational progression through Maslow's hierarchy of needs. First, a family must be able to satisfy basic physiological needs of water, nutrition, sleep. Then the family can progress to focus on the fulfillment of security needs, and next social needs, to esteem needs, to finally self-actualizing needs. Progressing through the different tiers of the hierarchy can take a long time, and families can revert backwards as well. But as we learn through these letters, the ultimate goal is to build upon the foundation provided by parents in order to make a better life for yourself. Over generations, the family will rise to new heights on Maslow's hierarchy. As all American families progress along their own path, American society continues to reach bigger and better heights.